Good afternoon, lovelies. Welcome back. Welcome to my Mexican corn fully loaded. Alrighty, let's do this. So first thing we need is some corn on the cobs. Now I can only get these ones, which I'm spewing. I really wanted to get the big ones all wrapped up so I could undo them myself. But these are the only ones I could get. And that was $6 for 3. I couldn't believe it. So I was going to do 6 of them, but I'm only going to do 3 of them. So, alright, so we need them first. The first thing we do is peel them all off. Peel off all the little bits and pieces and get them all nice and cleaned up. We're going to need some fresh coriander chopped up. We need 1 red onion chopped up. We're going to need some chili powder and either fresh garlic crushed or the jar garlic and some butter or margarine. That's what we need to start with. Alright, this is going to be exciting. We're about to have a massive thunderstorm, so let's just see how we go. Okay, so I've cleaned all my corn up and got all the stringy bits off of that and got them all beautiful and ready to go. We do not boil this, we cook this, okay? No boiling corn in this one. Alright, so I've chopped up the red onion, I've chopped up the coriander. Now the next thing we need to do is get your butter or margarine and grab a bowl, but I'm just going to use a half empty one of this I've got. Now you want to put enough butter in that before we put them in the oven, we're going to smother them in butter first, okay? So we're going to make enough up. I'm only doing 3 corn, so I'm going to do a little bit. So none of these are exact measurements, alright? It's just however much corn you want to do is however much you want to make up. If you never make up enough, you can always make more. And the great thing about doing this butter with the garlic in it is if you've got leftovers, you can always do a little bit of garlic bread with a roll, just chop it up and put it on there and whack it in the oven, wrapped in alfoil, and you got some garlic bread. Alright, so I'm just going to put some butter in a container. Alright, so I'll put that much butter in. Alright, just a couple of 3 big scoops. Now I'm just going to put, it's up to you, you can get your fresh garlic and crush it up and chuck it in there. And you put as little or as much as you like. I like a bit of garlic in there, especially this jar one. It's not quite as strong as a fresh one. So you want to put some garlic in, and now with a fork we want to mix it up really well together. Now I'll just show you on one of them, and I'm sorry about the lighting, the alfoil or white things or whatever, my camera's shit, but hey, it's better than nothing. Alright, so we get our first big of alfoil. Now if you're going to do these in the oven, you want to preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius. If you want to do them on a barbecue with the proper lid that you put down, you want to put your first 2 burners on low and start warming that up. And you can always do these in the Weber over the coal, the heat beads or whatever, and you can also throw them on your coals if you're camping. Now if you're going to throw them on the coals camping, or if you're going to do them in the Weber, double wrap them in alfoil, alright? You don't have to for the oven or the barbecue, but definitely on the coals, double wrap them. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is get our first fresh, yummy piece of corn. And we're going to get the butter with the garlic, and we're going to smother it all over it. Once we've smothered that baby in the butter and garlic, we're going to sprinkle a little bit of the red onion on this side. And we're going to sprinkle a little bit of the coriander. Alright, and then we're going to get our chili powder. I should have really got some in a bowl, because you don't want to just do it straight out the jar or it will go everywhere. And you just want to get pinches of it, and just as little or as much as you like. You know what you like with your own chili. I'm just going to do a fine little bit over it. Alright, now we pick it up and we turn it on its ass. And we do the same thing this side. Onion. Coriander. Oh, alright, and then the little bits that fall onto the side here will go onto the side. And a little pinch of chili powder. Oh yeah, baby. Now wrap her up really well. And do it with all of them. Our corn's ready to go. First half is done. Okay, if you're going to put them on the coals or on the Weber, leave them for 15 minutes. Turn them 1/3 of the way for 15 minutes. 1/3 of the way for another 15, and 45 minutes later on your coals or your Weber, you've got them perfect. If you're doing them on the Barbie, the 2 that you've got the burners on, you want to put them at the opposite end to the burners that are on, and you want to just change. It'll take an hour in the Barbie, and you just want to turn them once after half an hour. In the oven, you don't have to worry about turning them at all, and they should take an hour as well. let's chuck them in. While that's cooking, we're going to get a couple of things ready. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our corn forks. Okay, these are to stop your little fingers getting burnt when you stick them into the ends of them. Now, if you haven't seen these before, now that you've seen them, you'll probably find them everywhere. They're pretty cheap, and apparently a lot of people collect them because they do them with all different cool things on the end. Me, I just keep losing them. Alright, so once we've done that, now we need some sour cream. Unfortunately, I can only get black and gold because that's all I have. So what do? So this is a 300ml. And because I'm only making 3 of them, I'm just going to use half of it. So 150ml, I'm going to whack in a bowl. Now I'm going to get some mayo, alright. I think some of you guys call it mayonnaise. And I'm going to whack just as much, half, let's say half of what I just put in of the cream cheese, sour cream. Gone well today, aren't I? Now we're going to mix them together, put glad wrap on it and chuck it in the fridge until we need it. Now, in a perfect world, I'd have some beautiful little limes and you'd cut them up into wedges and you'd serve your corn with a wedge of lime because the lime on the top after is absolutely beautiful. But I can't even get limes up here at the moment. And my whittle tree is way too whittle. I've got to wait a couple of years before I get limes off of that. So I've just bought some lime juice. It's only a couple of bucks. It's not really the same, but it's definitely better than nothing. And the last thing we need is some shredded parmesan cheese. Get some of that, whack it in a bowl, ready to go. Oh yeah, baby! Whew. An hour later, it smells wicked in here. Now, don't do what I just did. I just threw them in without putting them on a tray or an oven dish or something. And I have got smoke everywhere. So put them on a cookie tray or an oven dish when you put them in, and you'll save yourself the hassle of the smoke and having to clean your oven. Alright, in my head that went a lot quicker. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, that smell. Alright, open them up like that. Just let them sit there for 5. Alrighty, 5 minutes later. Now we want to get our corn forks if you've got them. Get one in each end. And press them in. Like a saw. Okay, now we get our sour cream and mayo mix. And we want to just spread a nice thin layer all over. Now on the top half we want to put some parmesan, and now we want to put it on our plate and put this part on the bottom of the plate. Oh, I'm so pissed off, you're not going to believe this. The camera died as I was putting everything on. So what I did is I got some of the sour cream and mayo mix and I dolloped that on top, and then I got a little bit of the raw onion and sprinkled it, and then I got a little bit of the coriander and sprinkled it, and now I'm going to get a little bit of the parmesan, sprinkle it, boom. Oh, we're just going to picture a gorgeous little wedge of lime there. Serve them up like that. Let them squeeze a little bit of their lime over it. Mwah. Oi, have yourselves a great day. See ya.